Hello, hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello all. Welcome.
Hi. Oh, so fun to be together with everyone.
Glad you're with us. Yay.
Oh, my hair's a mess. I look just like a witch. um,
Do witches have messy hair?
I don't know, like Brunhilde.
Oh, like she comes with a broom.
We are going to get going here in just a minute or two. We have 3 minutes.
I'm not ready.
Can I do your hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just thought of another thing I wanted to talk about.
Hi, Natalie. Oh, okay. I won't look.
Don't look.
We keep separate lists when we do these live tours of like a specific topic so that we know, we can surprise each other. Your matching penguin. Oh, we do have both.
We
of them.
do.
That wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. Hi, David. Hello from the artist community of Carrizoso, New Mexico, here in the U.S. I don't know that, but I'm going to write that down. I want to look that up. Carrizoso.
John David, it's gonna rain. Soon it's gonna rain. I can feel it.
Nice.
Thanks.
It actually is going to rain here.
Yeah.
I think it has been kind of a little bit already. Yay.
Yay.
Parker.
Hi. Tiash is here. Hi, Parker.
And hi, Linda. Hi,
Hi,
Tiash.
Karen. Hi, everyone. Hello, Robin. JB. It's like Mike. Oh my goodness, witchy woman. It's like Romper Room. I see, and she names all the names in the mirror.
I don't know that one.
All right. Yeah, we have just a minute. What's it been? 3 hours?
I just realized that our AC is still on.
Oh shoot.
We're gonna turn our air conditioning unit off so that it's not as.
Hopefully that's better.
Yeah, there we go. Mimi, you missed us last week. I know we've had so much company that we haven't been able to plan.
Oh my gosh, we've had like a revolving door. It's like the A&P Airbnb around here. But I mean, it's been great. All family and friends and people we love. But everyone decided to come and visit at the same time. So it's been sort of challenging.
Yeah.
To get some tours out there, but
I want to know. I missed the gentleman's name who said Adisoso. I want to know what that artist community's like. Oh, but it's 4:00, which means it's time to get started.
Gotta get going. Where we going? What are we gonna do? It's on our way to somewhere. The two of us and you.
I don't know that, but I like it.
I forget.
Is that Romper Room too?
No, it's not Romper Room. But I did sing that song on a cruise ship once.
Cruising was on my list to talk about.
Me too. All right, here we go.
Shut the door.
Everyone, welcome. Today, welcome to our home, and for our mostly weekly discussion. We missed it last week because we had company in town. But this week we're discussing traveling.
It's true. Yeah, we've talked about transportation before. And I found myself, as I was writing down some notes, that there's a little bit of crossover between transportation and traveling.
That's true.
But we're gonna try to. I'll try to, keep it to more traveling than transportation. But still, some transportation will sneak into it.
That's right.
Nonetheless.
Tish, we're glad you're excited. I'm just imagining you like standing and doing like paddle turns, excited.
Bam. Twirling with happiness. I see. Love it. Well. I can get started unless you want to get. Do you want to get started?
No, go for it.
Okay, so my notes for this are all over the place because I just started writing down things. So if you've not tuned into one of our at homes before, we've been picking a topic. We don't discuss the topic in advance. We write down some thoughts about it, and then we'll talk about it now. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
Stan. Oh, by the way,
my name's Patrick.
Oh, right. And that's a good segue. If you are new to us, this is Patrick and I'm Aaron.
And we're happy that you're with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you stumbled upon us, this is sort of a weekly thing that we do. We do add a lot of content to our YouTube page with travels in and around New York City and beyond sometimes if we're traveling. But we do this live once a week and talk about a different topic every week.
Yeah. And this week is traveling. So, okay, I'm gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, go for it.
You're flying on an airplane.
Okay.
You're traveling on vacation.
I am.
Do you check a bag or do you not check a bag?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
If I can travel without checking a bag, I will. I think, I travel as lightly as possible. Now, I know a lot of people. I was on tour. For those of you that don't know this, Aaron and I are theater actors, and I was on tour with a musical called The Prom for a large part of last year. And I traveled with a company member who she had, I'm not going to say her name because that's not fair, but she had 2 large suitcases and 2 smaller rolly suitcases, plus whatever she carried on with her. It was, and I know people like to have a lot of different outfits and things with them, to travel. I get it. Personally, I end up wearing the same things every, not every day, but I can wear a set of clothes for a week, and if I'm near a washer, I can wash them, and I'm fine wearing the similar set of clothes the following week. So, all of that to say, yes, if I can travel with just a carry-on, then I will.
Same.
Yeah.
That's my short answer.
Yeah.
I'll go somewhere for weeks with just my carry-on.
Absolutely.
But we're also no fuss. Like Patrick said, we both can just put our, throw a bunch of t-shirts and some shorts or some pants and be on our way.
Karen says turn your underwear inside out. Now, we won't go that far. We will, as long as we have access to laundry, then, we will, we'll just travel minimally.
Yeah, I'll do a sink wash, though. I'm not afraid of a sink wash.
We have done that.
Yeah.
When we were in Italy.
Yeah,
we did that.
We went to Europe. Sherry's in the house.
Hi, Sherry. My sister's here.
We went to Europe with Patrick and Sherry's niece a few years ago. And she likes to travel with a lot of stuff. And we were like, we are only taking carry-ons. And we named our travel group Carry-On Only. So we had luggage tags, we had passport covers that all said Carry-On Only.
Yeah, my niece went with us. In fact, that's kind of a funny story because Aaron and I were planning this Eastern European trip a few years ago. And I was at my not Sherry, my sister, but a different sister. And we were telling her about this trip that we were going to take, and my niece Erin was there. She's also named Erin with an E, and we were saying we're going on this trip, and my niece, as a joke, she's my niece, but she's an adult, and she's made a joke and said, well, give me the date so I can make sure I can get the vacation time, as if she were going with us, and then this one out of nowhere says, well, why don't you come with us? Without asking, I was literally like, yeah. Why don't you come with us? And so she did, and he wouldn't have said it if he knew I wouldn't have been elated that she came with us. But so and she does not travel lightly, my niece, and so we told her that was one of the stipulations. We're like, you can come with us, but you have to have a carry-on only. You can't check a bag. And she rolled with the punches.
She even did practice runs, on her hair to make sure, her dry shampoo would work, or that she would be okay not taking her hair products. David says, wait until you're 70. You need a whole suitcase just for your meds.
Oh, gosh, David. Well.
I know. I understand that. There will probably be a time when we'll say, you know what? We need a full suitcase for all that extra stuff.
All of that to say, we will travel as lightly as we possibly can without having to turn our underwear inside out, Karen.
Oh, but here's my one tip I will say about that. I love to take, when I'm traveling, things that are on their way out, like clothing.
This is an Aaron Kaburg trick.
Yeah. So I'll take, if I have a t-shirt that is just about on its last leg, or underwear or socks or something, so that way during the trip I can just toss it or donate it, and then I have room in my bag for some souvenirs on the way back.
Well, that's smart.
You know?
That's efficient.
Yeah.
Economics major. Economics major.
So that leads me to souvenirs then, which was not on my list actually.
Okay, it wasn't on mine either.
Do you like looking for souvenirs, and is there a specific souvenir you like looking for?
Well, one of our first big trips together was we went to Italy. We went to Tuscany and then a few cities, and it was kind of our first big trip together, right? I think it was.
Yeah.
It was one of our first big trips.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something to I don't know, to remember the trip.
Yeah, commemorate.
By, and we sort of went back and forth. We ended up getting like a small little vase, which we have.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
And a clock.
We got this little vase in Italy, and I got to be careful because I can see myself dropping and break it. And then we also got a clock.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Joanne says food and drink souvenirs only now. We tend to do that quite a bit as well. We use tea towels a lot, so we'll sometimes buy fun tea towels when we travel. Shamika always gets shot glasses or magnets.
Christmas ornaments, yes, that's a big one. Holiday ornaments, absolutely.
We don't always get a Christmas ornament, but we tend to.
We always look.
We do always look, and if there's one we like, but we don't necessarily buy one just for the sake of having one. We want to make sure it's one we like.
Oh, that's a good idea. Buy souvenirs and then mail them home. That's always possible.
Yeah. Taking your own photos and buying a refrigerator magnet. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Lots of fridge magnets. Something old-fashioned paperweights. Andrew, I used to get, I don't smoke, but I used to get ashtrays, and I would use them as spoon rests, and I would change them out all the time.
He doesn't smoke, but he is hot.
But I'm smoking. I want to know, does anybody get spoons when they're traveling anymore? Remember the little tiny spoons?
Oh, yeah.
Little teeny tiny spoons?
Teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Those are called, they're called something. They're called...
Souvenir spoons?
No, they're...
Teeny tiny spoons?
They're not called teeny tiny spoons.
Debbie says, I buy t-shirts with a picture or wording for the places I list.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
If there's a shirt that I really like, it also depends on the vacation, I suppose, right?
That's another fun one. Mark in Maryland, the empty bottle of a local beer that I drink.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one too.
Filing that one
and
away.
Do you put them on a shelf then?
Teaspoons.
Use them as vases? Oh yeah, teaspoons.
Yeah.
And jiggered glasses.
That's a big one. True. A lot of people collect those.
Yeah.
But I think we don't always get a souvenir, but I think we're always, if we see something really cool, Italy was the only time that I was like, we have to get something to commemorate this. But now, if we see something really cool that we'll pick up a souvenir. But I'm big on like a T-shirt or something like that.
Sherry says shot glasses. Plus, I love me some textiles.
Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you find that perfect souvenir, though, if I can find something useful from wherever we travel. That's like my favorite kind of souvenir.
Yeah.
Something that we can use.
Coffee mugs, yes, that's a big one. That's a huge one. We have so many. We have so many that we had to pull back.
Okay, what you got on your list?
Oh yeah, let's see. Well, one of the first things I put down was how often do you like to travel?
Every week. If I could travel every other week, like be home for a week and then travel somewhere for a week.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I mean, everyone has a different travel schedule based on their time and their budget, but we try. I feel like we've averaged out taking a big trip like every other year.
Yeah.
That's sort of our thing. And if we, if the work is really coming and we have the time, then we'll go more often, but I think generally we go like a big trip every other year.
Yeah, but we'll still travel other years.
We'll do a big driving trip or something.
Yeah. I mean, we're also fortunate in the sense that we work in theater, which oftentimes you have to travel.
Yeah.
For theater, for work. So we do sometimes get a little bit of travel in as a result, from that. Demi-tasse spoon.
Every few months, so you can keep your sanity. Well, I listen. I love that.
I get that. You want to go?
Go ahead.
What's your favorite way to travel?
First class.
Okay. How often do you get to travel first class?
Every 10 years. No. Favorite way of traveling? I mean, do you have a favorite way?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3, say your way. 1, 2, 3. Trains.
Yep.
We love trains. We love train travel. It's why traveling within Europe is such a fun vacation because, the train travel there is so great. You can train to anywhere in Europe, which is really nice. It's not as extensive here in the States, which is crazy because, trains were invented here and they were hot in the 1800s. And then, once cars became a thing, train travel sort of slowed down a lot here in the States. But
yeah,
anyway.
Everybody's sort of saying the same thing. It's so much. It's easier in Europe. It's just so much easier. But we'll still do it here as well. Some other folks mentioned. Somebody said don't trust art auctions on cruises, but then there were a couple things about art, and I will say we will look up. We got in Paris. We bought a painting, and we bought some art. We bought some art before.
We didn't think that it was, we didn't spend a lot.
No. But we also got the paper,
that was really cool.
Dyed paper, the painted paper in Florence.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
We did this really cool thing where we went to a paper making place.
Shop.
Shop. And we watched them make this really cool wrapping paper. And they said that paper would not be ready until the next day. So we watched them make this paper and we really wanted it because we got to see them actually make it. And so we got up really early the next morning on our way out of town, right?
Well, no, we went to go pick up our rental car. And we realized the paper place was...
Oh, right, that's right.
The shop was 2 blocks from the rental car.
Right.
And the line was long, so we divided and conquered. Patrick got in line for the car, and I ran back to the
he bought that piece of paper that we got to see being made that was finally on sale the next day.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And we still don't know what to do with it. We haven't done anything with
I
it.
framed it. It's in the bedroom, but we haven't put it on the wall
Oh,
yet.
right.
It's leaning against the wall in the bedroom. It needs to be hung. But anyway, we digressed. We went back to Souvenirs for a bit.
I know, so sorry.
So that was favorite way to
train
you
travel.
said first class, then train. Yeah, agreed. It's just much more civilized.
Yeah, the train. Always the train. If we can take a train, we will. Unless it's a really long trip, then obviously.
What about road trips? Do you like taking a road trip?
I love taking a road trip.
Yeah, I do too.
That could potentially be my second favorite.
Yeah.
Even though, obviously, if we're going to travel really far, if we're going to go out of the country or, to another continent, then obviously we have to fly. But, I guess we could cruise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love taking a road trip. I love traveling in the car. We're on our own schedule, and you get to. I don't know. I think there's you really get a way of seeing how large your country is. When you're driving. Sometimes we've driven to the Midwest to see his family and to see my sister Sherry. Or we've driven down to Florida, and I don't know. It just really helps you get a sense of how large it is where we live.
Rebecca, that trip sounds amazing. And Sherry says, asked if we took any cooking classes while we were in Italy. No, we just let people cook for us the whole time.
Aaron did take a cooking class here once in New York.
Yeah, but when we travel, we haven't taken any cooking classes that I can think of.
I know. That's such a great idea, too.
I know. And then a lot of people have said, love flying, but not if there are screaming children nearby. Luck of the draw, right?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, we've all been there. That brings me to one of my subjects.
Okay.
Nightmare travel stories.
Oh, that's not on my list.
And I feel I feel like sitting near the wrong people on a plane or on a train, or any mode of transportation, sitting near the wrong people can be a nightmare.
Yeah. I honestly can't even think of like a nightmare one offhand. I mean, we've had delays, but I mean, I don't want to say I don't mind a delay.
Has your luggage ever been lost?
Knock on wood, no.
I mean, my luggage has been lost, but it showed up. So it's not that big a deal. You have to wait however long it takes, the next day or something. Some people have more nightmares with lost luggage. But I will say, Aaron's phone was stolen once.
Oh, yeah,
on a
that's
vacation.
True. Oh, right.
He accidentally left it in a bathroom. And then went back to go get it, and it was gone. I mean,
but within
it was like a minute.
Yeah, it was literally within a minute, and it was gone.
Yeah.
And on that same vacation, the card on our phone, our camera, digital camera. Remember cameras? Remember separate cameras from your phone? The digital card got corrupted, and we don't have any of our pictures from Venice or Florence. But I sure did make a photo album, using pictures from the internet that makes it look like our photos, with the exception of us being in them.
Canceled flights, Debbie mentioned. That's definitely happened to us before. But you know where the airlines I feel like are getting better is if they know that there's bad weather coming, or if we as travelers know that bad weather's coming. Oftentimes, if you call the airline and say, I see that there's a storm coming, can I change my flight? And they'll let you change your flight with no fee, because they know that something could potentially, blow up their phone lines. And, so I think they're getting better at that kind of stuff.
Marlene, the Blue Train in Africa, your own chef. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Wow.
Also, you talked a nervous flyer down. That's very sweet. That person loving you for the rest of your life is your payment, I guess. Lots of flight cancellations. That always stinks.
Yeah, lots of stories about lost luggage. Luggage, that can be a nightmare, depending on how you pack. And that's why Aaron and I carry on only.
Yes, that's another good reason to carry on only. I think it was Natalie said, have we ever been to Canada? And if so, where? Yeah, we've been Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. You've been to some other locations.
Yeah, Edmonton, and you said Toronto. The Rocky Mountains, Canadian Rockies are stunning. And I will say they give the American Rockies a run for their beautiful money. But I did spend a couple of days in the Canadian Rockies, which was one of the most beautiful. One thing that's on our list, there's a great train ride across the southern part of Canada that is supposed to be a stunning trip. And
have any of you done that?
We really want to do that.
We hear that's great. Shamika, I'm so sorry your chairs have always been broken on your flight, so that you travel by train. Quebec City, no, and I hear have you been to Quebec City?
Yes, the Network's Billy Tour went there. Yes, I have. It's a cool town.
I really want to go.
That's a really cool town.
Diane, I've been to New Zealand. I've been to Auckland and to Christchurch. One of my dear college friends lives in Christchurch. But it's time to go back, and Patrick's never been, so we got to go. Yeah, the Rocky Mountaineer.
That's it, Leah.
Yeah, we want to do that. Was the last cruise you took?
You took somebody else's suitcase. That's my biggest nightmare, is that I'm going to grab the wrong suitcase.
Unless it's something really great. You get home, you're like, well, I win.
There's a pile of money in there.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, the treks around New Zealand. I did a terrific train ride in New Zealand too, that left from Christchurch and went all the way across the island and back in one day. It was gorgeous. It was just a beauty. Christchurch is your town. I loved it. I had the best time. I went punting on the Avon. I went on the little boats. It was a neat town. It was really fun.
That's on our list. We have we keep a list of places that we want to go, and whenever we have the money and the time to do it, we pull out our list of things that we're continuously adding to. And we look at the time of the year and if it's a good time to travel there, a specific place. Like for instance, we found ourselves with time in, when was that? April?
Last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, I think it was, April.
And so we looked at our list. We thought, where can we go? Because Iceland was on our list, and there was a possibility of we're kind of at the tail end of the Northern Lights time for that trip, and we thought, well, let's roll the dice. Maybe we'll get a chance to see the Northern Lights. And we stayed at this hotel one evening that if you get to see the Northern Lights, there's a great vantage point from this hotel. And they did this really cool thing where they said, if the lights come out in the middle of the night, you can get a phone call. We'll send you your room a phone call to let you know.
I'm laughing that if the lights come out, it makes it sound
if the
like
lights come out,
like we're coming out now.
We've decided.
Yeah, we're coming out tonight.
We're putting on a show. We're in the mood. To dance. So the Northern Lights did indeed come out, and we got a phone call in the middle of the night. Well, we actually got 2 phone calls. They called us once, woke us up, and they said the lights are out, and so we looked out our window and we could see them, but we also got dressed and went out to see them outside. We got really lucky.
We did. Lots of folks were saying, and I did see this. There's quite a few states that in the next few days you might be able to see the Northern Lights. I worry about here in New York City, and we might have a little bit of light pollution to mess that up. But that leads me to, you mentioned hotels, and somebody else mentioned loves staying in local hotels.
Yeah.
So, and somebody said, which hotel and what time of year Iceland's on your travel bucket list? If you send us an email, we can look it up. I can't remember it offhand.
Right, off the top of our heads, we can't come up with the name of that hotel.
It was really nice, and they had a really good breakfast.
That was great. We ate there twice.
And they were so nice to us. But if you send us an email about that. So regarding hotels, my question is this or that: hotel or Airbnb? That's for you, Patrick.
Hotel or Airbnb?
Hotel or Airbnb?
Oh, come on. I mean,
I know.
There's a lot of variables there. I mean, an Airbnb can be nice because you get to meet other people, and I don't know. That's
have
always
a kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, not a B&B.
Airbnb. An Airbnb. Yeah. Oh, I think an Airbnb because I like being able to. I mean, staying in a hotel is nice. Wait, are you talking about like the Four Seasons? Are you talking about like?
I didn't clarify. You mean you could go any which way? Sometimes when we travel, we'll do an Airbnb halfway through our trip for laundry purposes. Yeah. But as much as I love having a kitchen, I also like eating the local cuisine and not having to cook for myself as much.
Yeah.
So I sometimes like that a hotel things are taken care of. I go back and forth.
I know, same here. I mean, look, if we're planning on eating out a lot and we're gonna go to a lot of different restaurants, that's the kind of trip we're planning. I think a hotel.
Yeah.
But an Airbnb is nice for to have snacks in the kitchen and.
There was a time when I thought Airbnb was useful in terms of like saving money, but I don't know that I don't think I save as much from saving money anymore.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I save as much from doing an Airbnb anymore. Sorry, yeah. I was reading Diane's comment. House exchanges. We've never done a house exchange.
Makes me nervous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of like vetted sites, or with people and.
That's true. Well, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's hidden fees in the hotels. That's true. There's that too. Those resort fees that drive me nuts. That I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So, but I still have to pay to go to the spa. What's this resort fee all about?
I do like a nice hotel. It really just depends on both. It depends on the Airbnb, it depends on the hotel, and it depends on what type of trip you're planning to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. What about do you dress up to travel? And what I'm specifically thinking about is when airplane travel first became popular, everybody wore nice outfits to travel.
I love that idea, like to putting on a nice outfit to travel someplace.
I like that response. I love that idea.
I love that idea. What ends up happening is jeans and a t-shirt.
Comfort.
But I will say I do like it when I'm at the airport and I can see like someone else like that has put on like, oh, they've put on a nice outfit for their traveling day, which I don't know. There's something cool about that.
Don't you think the situations have changed though? Because traveling now, like especially at the airport, there's a lot more. I think there's more anxiety involved. So you want to be comfortable.
That's true.
Because there's like the luggage anxiety, there's the TSA security anxiety. If you're flying Southwest, there's the which seat am I going to get anxiety. There's all of that.
Now you're lucky if people wear shoes on the plane. Tish, that is so true.
I draw the line there.
I know.
Keep your shoes on.
I know. Keep those shoes on.
Yeah. I mean, unless you've got some sensible socks on and it's a long travel day, then I guess.
No, listen. I should rephrase that because I have taken my shoes off. Like if I'm, sitting at my seat.
At your seat.
And
it's a long trip, and But if it's barefoot, no.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah. I saw, who was it, said, Andrew said, I leave off my top hat. You leave that at home for the...
Shamika, when you were a talent winner, a pageant winner, that's when you dressed up to travel. My goodness.
Did you wear a sash, like, through the airport? Patrick wears one, too, just so people will say something.
I just like being congratulated.
Justin, yes. Justin says, I love TSA pre-check. Could not agree more.
Oh, that's a great subject, Justin. TSA pre-check. We paid. I guess it was probably like $100, maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
And I think it was even credited on our credit card. But I think it was around $100, but we got credit back.
And you get to go through the pre. So we did charge it on our credit card, but then there was some kind of deal where they credited us back that money that we spent to join TSA pre-check, and
it's the best.
That is so to not have to wait in the long security line.
Yeah. And then there's also Clear, I think. Is that the other one? Clear? Yeah,
top hat and tennis shoes.
Global includes pre-check. Yeah. I think there's some different names depending on where it is, but gosh, it also feels like Disney World Fast Pass. You're just like pre-check and just show it and you go.
I mean, my least favorite mode of travel would have to be bus, right?
Yeah,
bus. Unless it's like like a fancy Dolly Parton's bus. Like her bus must be nice.
We've been on it.
Well, her old one, not
okay.
one. Okay,
fair enough. We haven't been on her new one.
She keeps one of her old tour buses at Dollywood. So yes, we have. Technically, I suppose we have been on Dolly's bus.
She wasn't there. But we go. What's your next? What do you have next?
Oh,
I went last. I said, do you dress up to travel?
I
like comfort. I will say I do like. I will plan. This is just me. I will plan a no belt outfit for my travel day.
Oh, just like a tie thing?
Yeah, not because of security, but because of just sitting all day. I don't want a belt to like dig into me or something.
Yeah.
And slip on and off shoes. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. What's your Robert, you're speaking our language. The Rick Steves website is loaded with travel information.
For anyone, I know most of you, if you're on this discussion with us, you probably enjoy traveling. So you probably know this already, but if you don't, the next time you're traveling, look up Rick Steves and see if he has any information about where you're planning to travel. He has never led us astray. Rick Steves has done us right. Agreed. On every trip that we have taken.
Yeah, and literally, if we like come to a wall, if we're like, shoot, we don't know where to eat, or we don't know like whatever, we'll just literally open up the book, and it's like this light comes out of the book, and there's Rick Steves in the middle, and he's like, Aaron and Patrick, you should go to this restaurant and say Rick sent you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll literally be like, oh, we don't know where to eat, and we'll pull open his book, and he'll say, don't know where to eat? Check out this little place on this corner. We're like, what? Who is this man, and why does he,
Yeah.
We feel like we'd be friends.
Any info about traveling while gay, most friendly places, not so friendly places? I'm trying to think, have we been anywhere not so friendly?
For anybody that doesn't know, Aaron and I are married. We've never had issues.
Iceland was very welcoming and lovely.
Yeah.
But I mean, knock on wood, we've never had any major issues.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wood.
We also haven't really investigated countries that do not accept such things.
Yeah.
And nor have we sought out those places.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been on our list. But
Yeah.
but if it does, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark Law in Amsterdam. I know he's a Rick Steves recommendation. Is that
Oh
the
yeah,
best?
he's
Love that.
in Rick Steves' book. It's so crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
We speaking of Rick Steves, we were in Italy. We were in Siena.
Yeah.
And we were looking for a place to eat, and Rick Steves in his book said, check out this place that was near where we were standing at the time. And he said, and if you see a specific waiter, I can't remember the waiter's name.
Yeah.
Like if you see Roberto, tell him hello. And so we sat down to eat, and our waiter came by to take our order, and he saw our book, and he said, I'm in that book. And the waiter that Rick Steves mentioned in the book, what happened to be our waiter at the same time. So that was kind of crazy. Like we felt like we were like 6 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
Totally. Our other favorite Rick Steves story was we went to Florence, and in advance we had discussed, do we want to climb the Duomo or not? And we decided no, we didn't. That wasn't on our list. We didn't need to do it. Well, then we got there, and I want to say it was like the second or third day. Patrick was like, you know what? I think I want to climb the Duomo, and I was like, oh, I was totally game. We just hadn't decided not to. Yeah. Well, it was sold out. So we opened up Rick Steves, and it literally was like, are the tickets to climbing the Duomo sold out? Go behind the Duomo, and there's this little shop that sells a terraces and mezzanines tour or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was a guided tour. It was actually better than climbing the stairs because we slowly made our way to the top of the Duomo. So everybody else was like huffing and puffing at the top, and we had like casually made our way up and had these beautiful views the whole time.
Yeah,
of it.
That was really neat. And Rick Steves for the win.
I'm gonna try to move our camera just a little bit because we got off center. There we go.
Okay,
we're
good.
better. So here's my next question then.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Favorite travel snack?
Ooh.
Or snacks?
I have it.
Okay.
I'm embarrassed to say how many pain au chocolats we ate when we went to Paris. But they're so good. They're just they're chocolate croissants. And they are so good. We had one, and then we were like,
every hour.
It changed our life so much to the point we almost missed our flight coming home because we were like, okay, the place where we got our pain au chocolat that first day is closed today because it was, I don't know, it was early and it was a Sunday or something. And so we're like, no problem. When we get to the airport, we'll stock up on pain au chocolats and take some home with us. And first of all, the airport took us a lot longer to get there, but we were determined. I got in I forget, a line to I don't know if it was to get on the plane or what it was, but Aaron ran and tried to find, we were like, we'll find one at the airport. Surely they'll have pain au chocolats at the airport.
Who's Shirley?
Ultimately, the story didn't end. I mean, we had more than enough pain au chocolats that week.
Right.
But we didn't get to find one to take home with us.
Okay, I love pain au chocolat, but what I really meant was what snacks do you like to have while you're traveling?
I mean,
like a granola bar.
I guess a granola bar.
I mean, see, yeah, like if someone says I missed a little bag of peanuts.
Oh,
whiskey,
sure.
Liquor. I don't have a go-to that I take for traveling. I mean, if we're road tripping, we'll take some snacks.
Yeah.
I do I think Parker mentioned licorice. I sometimes like to take Twizzlers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good travel snack for me.
Yeah. I mean, trail mix. Trail mix is a good snack to just snack on.
Snacks leads me to another thing because, my thoughts are going all over the place. Number one is, I hate on planes now when they pour your They pour your drink and don't give you the rest of the can of the drink. It drives me nuts. I'm like, and by the time they put ice in the cup, you're getting like this much of whatever drink you ordered. I'm like, no, leave my drink. Like, can you leave the can? Which then leads me to what drink do you get on the plane? And I ask this, it's a loaded question, because I feel like a lot of people order ginger ale on an airplane who don't normally order ginger ale. Do you know what I mean?
I don't.
You don't know what I mean.
I don't. Maybe there's more ginger ale drinking, I suppose.
Thank you, Tony. Robert says ask for the can. I know, but I feel like they should just... MP said ginger ale. See? Yeah, ginger ale. Does anybody else...
Maybe because people don't get airsick. It's like, to sort of like settle their stomach.
Yeah. When I was younger, I always did it because ginger ale always felt fancier to me. And so I always ordered ginger ale because it felt like, oh, that's what I get on the airplane. I would never order it at the restaurant.
Oh, I would never.
I would never. Anyway, don't ask for ice takes up more. Yeah, that's a good trick too. Avoiding air sickness. Yeah. Yeah. Coca-Cola for me. Just a classic Coke. Justin says yesterday on his flight he got the full can, but they downsized to small cans. Or maybe you became a giant on your trip. It's a normal size can, and you just became a giant. The champagne of soda. Yeah. You heard that the coffee pot is never cleaned. Interesting.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I will say Southwest Airlines has decent coffee.
Yeah.
I've discovered that before. Sherry only drinks ginger ale on a plane.
Oh.
See?
Well, there you go.
See, here we go.
You are Gulliver. So if you had to choose, I covered my thing up because I knew you were looking.
I wasn't looking.
Where is the next place you would like to travel to?
Ooh.
If you could go anywhere. Oh, I have another question. You can think about that.
Okay.
Would you prefer an all-inclusive trip, or would you prefer to, discover restaurants on your own?
I think discover restaurants on my own would be my preference.
I am the same, although
yeah.
I will say there are a couple of instances where, like, Aaron and I would like to. We've never been on a cruise ship together. We both, like, I worked on a cruise ship years ago when I was a kid, and Aaron has taken a cruise before. But we'd like to do like a nice cruise line and do that sometime. And I think that would be a fun, like, all inclusive. Trip.
And that's also sort of a different, in my mind, that's like a different kind of, like, that inclusive aspect is different than if I were going somewhere, I don't know, to a specific location. I don't know.
But in general, we sort of like to plan our own trips and kind of plan our own adventure. And,
Shamika, well played. Coming to New York on Tuesday to see Shania Twain. Man, I feel like a woman. Dun, 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 dun.
Have fun, Shamika. That's awesome.
Yeah, where is she playing? Is she at Madison Square Garden or Barclays? Or maybe she's Radio City. Not sure. Smaller cruises are nicer than big ships. Good to know.
Oh, that is good to know.
You know what what I kind of want to do, I think you do too, in terms of cruising. I do want to go to Alaska. She's at Madison Square Garden. Oh, great. I do want to go to Alaska, and a lot of people have mentioned that. But I also want to do a cruise through the fjords up by Norway.
Oh, wow.
Like, I want to do one of those cruises.
We really want to do it. We just can't fjord it.
I like that. Wait, what was the question that we had? I have to go back to. It was you asked it.
Oh, like, we have a list of places that we want to go.
Oh, yes,
so, like,
right.
where, like, if you had to choose, where would lots of suggestions about cruising. That's good.
And lots of laughs. That was good. That was a good one. Do you know what? I'll ask it later. I like it, Justin. Yeah, I do want to do one of the Alaskan cruises as well. I want to do an Alaskan cruise, but I also want to do that train ride that goes through Alaska. And I think there are some trips where you can do both of them. I would like to do that. I think Amsterdam is pretty high on my list.
Oh, I would totally. I've been there, but I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
But I would love to go back to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
We kind of want to drive around Germany. That's pretty high on my list as well. A little drive around Germany.
Thanks, David, for that tip.
I would like to do I want to do like an Orient Express train trip as well. Something like there's one through Scotland as well.
Yeah.
There's those long train journeys. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Also. Oh, Switzerland. Yes, Rosie. I really want to go to Switzerland. So many places.
You lived in Germany for 4 years, Marlene. You know what, Marlene? When we did this Eastern European trip a few years ago with my niece, our takeaway was that we could go back to just Germany and just drive around the country and go from small town to small town. We loved Germany so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's top of your list?
I honestly, this may surprise you, and it's on our list.
Oh, I have a hunch.
Safari.
Oh, that does surprise me.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say national parks out west. Because that's been high on our list too.
I definitely want to do that. But I really want to do a safari.
Well, let's revisit that, and next year I'll see like safari so good. Let's do it. I couldn't get there.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that as much as we want to do it, it's Safari Day.
Barbara, you're still trying to get over your pandemic fear of traveling. Thought of getting on a plane is still scary. Well, we tend to mask on the plane to feel a little safer. I completely understand that. Our first big trip was last year when we went to Iceland, and we were skittish, definitely. But
we were also both working at the time, so we didn't, in our business, the COVID thing was just sort of like, without boring you all, like we have to, if one of us, gets COVID while we're doing a show, you have to automatically be out for, 10 days. So neither one of us wanted to miss any shows, so we were careful when we traveled.
I mean, it's the beauty of finding, stuff on YouTube and all around of virtual traveling to be able to feel like you're out and about while you're still at home. So, Barbara, thanks for being a part of that as well. Okay, so I wanted to say something else about road trips though that I didn't get in, which is Roadside America.
Oh.
So it's still around, but the website's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
And there's also, what's it called? Atlas Obscura, I think it's called. But we love to find the zaniest, strangest, quirkiest things that we can when we travel. And Roadside America is great because you can put in, Alabama, Birmingham, and then it'll show you...
this is the largest ketchup bottle or something like that.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So it's really delightful. It's a fun way it's a fun thing to add into your road trips. Not even just road trips, to anytime you travel.
We were in Minneapolis together years ago, and we saw that, it was like 30 minutes outside of Minneapolis, there was the largest ball of twine. Who knew that was a thing? But it does exist just outside Minneapolis. And we had some time to kill, so we went and saw it. And I posted on social media thinking no one's going to ever have heard of this. And a good friend of mine immediately responded and said, "Did you get the t-shirt?" Because at the bar next door, it's not a big town where this ball of twine is.
Yeah.
But they sell t-shirts at the bar next door for the ball of twine. We didn't get the t-shirt because it was early in the morning.
Yeah, the bar wasn't open yet. It wasn't noon yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's certainly, I will also say, and this is, I like mentioning this tip because a lot of people don't know about it, but on Google Maps, you can add things to your Google map. So for example, if I read about a restaurant in a city, I'll add it to my Google map, or a museum, or a weird, bizarre statue, I'll add it to my Google map. So then when we travel, we can, let's say we're going to Minneapolis, we can pull up the Google map and it's got all these little green flags of places that I want to go. And you can even put a note with it. So, you can put, Tiash says that you should go to this restaurant. Like, so that way after you go, you can, call up Tiash and be like, Tish, it was great. But the note part is really fun. So sometimes I'll even see things on a TV show. Like, we get a lot from CBS Sunday Morning, so I'll say, I'll put my little note, this was a CBS Sunday Morning recommendation.
David, do you travel with odd things? Are there odd things we travel with? Like a mini screwdriver, that's smart. I used to travel with an eyeglass kit, but I don't really anymore. There are useful things. A friend of mine years ago, when I first moved away from home, told me, always keep stamps in your wallet. Always, just have, because you never know when you're going to need a stamp. And she's right, and because of that reason, I typically have a stamp in my wallet.
I think I took your last one.
Oh, great.
I think you need to put a new one in. But I will sometimes, I like to take a Bluetooth speaker with me, because getting ready in the morning, I like to, in the hotel room. The funny thing is we don't play music as much in the morning here, but when I travel, I like to have some music going. So I like to take a small little Bluetooth speaker. Oh, that's right. Postage stamps went up today. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
And in terms of traveling, there's not too much else I like to take.
I know, I can't think of anything like that, outside of your normal toiletries that you would take. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't think we take anything strange. I mean, not strange, but, out of the ordinary, David.
I know something we take if we're doing a road trip. We take our pillows.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we'll take our pillows with us.
Yeah. Because, European circuit converters. My sister has ours, because I just loaned them to her. She went to Greece, so she's got both sets of ours right now, knowing that we weren't traveling abroad anytime soon. But yeah, we take our pillows when we travel in the car. Blow up clothes hangers.
Blow up clothes hangers? What? We've never heard of that, Diane.
Checking that out online.
That's wild.
Your emotional support chicken. I like that. A sink plug. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That makes sense, because that's not always... Oh, yeah, agreed, Marlene. Nowhere without your AirPods. Absolutely. Travel diary, Anna. You know what? Now that computers are so, just everywhere.
Yeah.
I keep, and Patrick knows this all too well, I don't keep a diary, but I do keep notes about where we ate, what we saw, all of that. So that if we ever go back, we can revisit places we liked, or if we know somebody that's going, we can pull that up and take a look.
Yeah.
Travel diary, AirPod. Yeah. I'm really curious about the blow up hangers though, because I oftentimes feel like there aren't enough hangers wherever I'm going. You take your own pillowcase, Lori, when you go to an Airbnb.
Oh, that's smart.
That is smart. Yeah.
That is a smart tip.
A door wedge for hotels, extra safety. Yeah, I know a lot of people who do that. Oh, I see. And they dry your clothes much faster. Those blow up. Right, of course. That makes sense. Binder clips to clip the curtains together to keep out the light.
We use those.
We do.
Because we actually we don't have a cover for our razors, so we'll just put like a binder clip over it so it doesn't like cut anything up in our fingers when we go to pull it out. So we'll then use those binder clips to clip the curtain shut.
It's the best though.
Yeah.
An extension cord, that's a good one too, Terry. Yeah, when we travel for a long time, we'll take an extension cord, but that's a really good one. You always write out a diary on holidays, otherwise, I just can't remember everything exactly. Clothespins as well. Lots of people with the pins. Yep. Yeah, leave your shotgun at home. Absolutely. What else do you have? Do you have anything else? I have another one, if not.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you have a favorite song about traveling? I'm putting you on the spot, because that's like...
California, here we come, right back where we started from. That was the first thing I could think of.
The first thing.
And you?
I do. I like Dolly Parton's "Traveling." Traveling on.
That's a good one.
But I also like.
Well, that's a good one.
Any on the road again. Any train songs like "On the Out to Santa Fica."
Oh.
On the Out to Santa Fica and the Santa Fe. Life is a Highway. Good one. Yep. Tiny Dancer. Yep. Yeah. Good ones. Any sort of train song.
Yeah.
Because
choo choo boogie.
Whoa, whoa. Because I think there's probably a drive to all those.
Leaving on a jet plane, perfect.
Oh, that one makes me like weepy. Leaving on a jet plane in a I want to sit on my sofa with a nice whiskey and listen to it sort of way, like a good way.
Yeah.
Like a Joni Mitchell sort of way.
Yeah.
You know. Trains and boats and planes, Holiday Road. Get my kicks on Route 66.
Oh, Route 66 is a good one.
New York, Robert. We like that one, absolutely. If staying a few days, hotel in Italy, can do this. A rope and clips in case you decide to wash. Yeah, ropes and clips. That's a good one, Barbara. Absolutely. So if you wash stuff, you can hang it up. But then we know about the blow-up hangers you can just take to hang up your clothes.
Ropes and clips and
to dry your clothes. Do you have anything else?
I don't. Wait. I feel like there was one other travel nightmare we didn't mention.
Oh, was it?
And that was it's sort of not a terror. It's not the worst story, but I did lose my passport once. But it was after we came home,
right.
And we had already gone through customs, and it was between going through customs and then getting back to our apartment.
I forgot about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know what happened. That was our Italy trip.
Yeah, we think like maybe it fell out in the pocket of your bag or something. It was very strange.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Natasha. Thank you. So, okay, we're going to start to wrap it up, but I want to talk about a few things coming up before we wrap it up. Some of you joined us on our first 2 premieres. So we did a premiere this past Wednesday of Central Park 1, and we did a premiere today of the
Subway Sunday. It was, bam, it
was the American Museum of Natural History.
we just vamped until we could remember what we did.
Yeah.
It was the Museum of Natural History, which is a really, even more extensive than we ever realized, that subway station. So Subway Sundays has quickly become one of our favorite things to do because we're discovering a lot of the subway art in the subway stations or in and around New York City. But if you find yourself near a natural history museum, check out the subway station because there's more art there than any other station that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Yeah.
And how it's done is so cool. They have like animals that they have subway tiles, mosaics that go from the floor and then transfer up into the wall, and it's just really, really cool.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to put that link in the chat so that if anybody's curious about it, it'll be it'll be right there. And what I just want to explain those premieres as well. So that link is in the chat. So the thing with the premieres, and this is new to us as well, we're learning about this too, but it means that we'll all be watching the release of the video live together, whatever time it happens to be. Today was at noon. So we'll be in the chat, chatting with you, making jokes about whatever we see, or answering any questions you might have about what we see. So that's what the premiere means. You're going to see more of those popping up as we go along. Most likely they will pop up for the city walks, which usually appear on Wednesdays. And anytime we might have a unique New York, we might put those up. Yeah. And some of the Subway Sundays as well. I think this week's City Walk might go up early. We're discussing this. Barb's asking, are you live other days of the week? We kind of varied up as to when we're live based on our availability.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of that, we're both leaving town separately. We're still together, don't worry. We're just both departing literally tomorrow to do jobs away from the city. So Patrick's headed to Virginia to work.
To teach at a camp for a week.
And I'm headed to Sacramento to do the show The Addams Family, which Justin, I keep meaning to tell you on the side, because for those of you that know Justin in the chat, he's a terrific artist. And he did the artwork for the show. And he may or may not know yet that I'm doing it, but he does now. So we're going to be we'll have some content from our travels that will appear on the YouTube page. And we will also, I think we're going to attempt to do one of our live discussions together apart. Together apart. So, through YouTube, we are pretty sure that we can tune in together in our separate places and do it all together, which will be quite delightful.
Oh, thanks, Rebecca. Thank you for that reminder. We forget. We're sort of terrible at this sometimes.
Yeah.
We forget. So if you don't already subscribe to us, go ahead and subscribe, as well as hit the bell for notifications. And yes, absolutely. Thank you, Rebecca, for that reminder. Like the videos as you're sort of like perusing our page, and feel free to comment about something specific, that you like. And all of that is helpful. So thank you.
I think this week's City Walk, they normally go live at noon here in New York, but I think it'll go live probably earlier, so that we can do it as a premiere, because we'll both be working that day. But if we do it earlier, we can do it as a premiere and then be in the chat live. So I think that'll probably go. So just know that might pop up a little bit earlier. Some folks have asked what role I'll be playing, all because of my beautiful hairdo, Uncle Fester.
That's going to be great, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I wish I could see it. I won't get a chance to see it, but
it's not a tour. No, it'll just be in Sacramento for the week. Thank you, Sherry. So coming up this week is going to be Central Park Part 2. So this past week was Central Park Part 1. We're going to have Central Park in 5 parts. And one will come up each week, and I think that each one will be a premiere, meaning that we will be live in the chat, chatting with you. We also have a couple fun reruns popping up this week. Hago reruns for those of you that joined us because of Hago. So there'll be a couple fun reruns popping up this week as well. Let's see, what other news do we have to tell? Anything else that do we need to mention? I don't think we're good.
No, I think we're in good shape. Thank you all so much. Aaron and I both miss anybody that's on here from Hago, which is a lot of us. We sure do miss it, but it's nice to have this, and we appreciate you continuing to follow us. Wherever we land, it's on YouTube now. So, and this seems to work out.
Yeah.
We'll try to, as we move forward, we'll see about doing more actual live tours. The signal just gets so tricky with that. It's sort of hit or miss. We can go test things. The great thing about Hago was we could test and see if the Hago signal was good enough to do a tour there. Now it's tricky to test things, because we can go and it looks like our personal signal's okay, but then we'll get there and get thwarted by different things. So we'll try to add more live tours, but for now it'll just be we'll do these kind of at-home chats, which seem to be working out. But
plus our pre-recorded content as
absolutely,
well.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you'll see some New York stuff coming up this week, and then you're also going to see some stuff from our travels as well. So we'll have a few things coming in to our YouTube page.
Yeah.
It's 5:00 here in New York, so it's. Oh, thank you, Bart.
Time for a drink.
It's very kind of you.
Kidding.
Thank you so much. We miss Hago too. Lots of folks are saying love those live Hago tours. We miss it enormously as well.
Thank you, Bart.
Mimi, thanks. I'm glad you like the at-home chats. That's our goal for right now, is to be really solid in providing some pre-recorded content for you, and then having some live at-home chats as well. So look for a live chat coming up. Probably next weekend. We'll probably have it figured out, hopefully by then, or together apart. And otherwise, you can see us in the premieres. We'll be in the chat. There'll be one this Wednesday of Central Park Part 2.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us.
All right.
And this travel discussion.
Yeah. This has been really fun. Thank you. And we'll see you all again very soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.